White flag raised, off and running over 2 miles, the William Hill Bumper. Coming up to the top of the hill, the leader is Patrick, being followed by Coyote Spirit. Close up is Bop Won't Stop on the outside of Copacabana, followed by Returning Officer, and Burrows Drive in between horses, and then Frankie John, and Notice Box, Ginny Weasley, Mount Mason, and Boyd the Kid, the final three. In front is Patrick, 9 more by a couple of lengths to Coyote Spirit and Josh Williamson second. Then Copacabana and Patrick Mullins third, and fourth is Bop Won't Stop. On the inside is Returning Officer, and then Burrows Drive and Frankie John. Notice Box next. The back three are Ginny Weasley, Mount Mason, and Boyd the Kid. Coming up to past the winning post and striding on into a 4 to 5 length advantage is Patrick. Second position held by Coyote Spirit. Third is Copacabana. Disputing the fourth, Returning Officer and Bop Won't Stop. Followed round the bend, taking them towards the side of the track by Burrows Drive, and then Frankie John and Notice Box. Mount Mason next, and Ginny Weasley and a Boy the Kid. Little changes in the pattern, 10 furlongs to go as they turn down into the back straight. Patrick with a reduced advantage of 3 lengths over Coyote Spirit. Third is Copacabana, and then Returning Officer. Bop Won't Stop on the outside of Burrows Drive, and then the grey Frankie John. Notice Box next, and then Mount Mason, Ginny Weasley, and last of all is a Boy the Kid. 9 furlongs to go, soon at the halfway stage. A concluding race, the William Hill Bumper, and it's Patrick leading by over 3 lengths. 2 in second place is Coyote Spirit. Third is Copacabana, the quartered colours, contesting the fourth, Returning Officer. And one out from the inside is Bop Won't Stop, followed by Burrows Drive, Notice Box, Frankie John, Mount Mason, Ginny Weasley last but one, and still trailing the field is a Boy the Kid. They've just passed the halfway stage. Patrick, all the while, is coming back to Coyote Spirit. Third is Copacabana, and then Returning Officer, and Bop Won't Stop on the outside. Heading towards the far end of the back straight, and keeping out from the inside is Patrick. Leads to the end of the bag, Coyote Spirit, and then Copacabana. Returning Officer and Bop Won't Stop together, followed by Burrows Drive, and then Notice Box, Mount Mason. With the final three, Frankie John, Ginny Weasley, and a Boy the Kid. Inside the final 5 furlongs, Patrick in front from flag fall, leads 2.5 lengths. Coyote Spirit, Copacabana chases them 2 lengths back third, and then Bop Won't Stop, followed by Notice Box, who's edging closer on the inside, Returning Officer, and then Burrows Drive, Mount Mason, Frankie John, Ginny Weasley, and a Boy the Kid as they pass their point of departure. 3.5 furlongs to go, and it's Patrick continuing to go along in the lead, followed by Coyote Spirit and Copacabana is next, with improving on the outside, Notice Box. Bop Won't Stop ridden along in between horses, followed by Burrows Drive, racing down from the top of the track. Patrick from Coyote Spirit, who's trying to get on terms. Then Copacabana, Returning Officer on the inside, followed by Burrows Drive and Notice Box next with Mount Mason, as Copacabana and Patrick Mullins draw alongside Coyote Spirit. Patrick knocked back to third, followed then by Burrows Drive, Returning Officer, and Frankie John. It's Copacabana and Patrick Mullins stretching away now from Coyote Spirit. Running on into third is Burrows Drive, but out in front is Copacabana. Makes a winning start by 5-6 lengths, with Burrows Drive running down Coyote Spirit for the second place.
Yes, Copacabana, he was well supported, he was well touted, like quite a few of them in the race, and he's got off the mark first time of asking. Son of Blue Bresil in the colours of Ed Ware, trained by Willie Mullins and ridden to victory by Patrick.
I love the fact, Kevin, that he's gone through the wings of the hurdle past the stands and he still hasn't pulled up.
That was a good sign.
It is always a good sign, especially at Navan. Everyone was dressed up, Kevin, waiting to go off the bend. Coyote Spirit in the back of stud colours. The returning officer in the blue on the far side was lined up to go down the outside. Came Nora's box. Frankie John in behind. So too was Mark Dempsey's Burrows Drive. But as Patrick Mullins started the wine Copacabana up, he was the last one really to get into top gear from a riding point of view anyway, Kevin. And when you grabbed the hold of this horse, he joined the front runner of Dermot McLaughlin's, which was Paul Patrick. And when he grabs the hold of this horse going through the wings of the last hurdle, he starts to open up, one backhander and away he went. And I think Willie Mullins is a Cheltenham Bumper horse now, Kev.
He definitely does, because you have been struggling to find one, to be fair, haven't you? Bambino River obviously won very impressively last week.
She was good there, but this fella was really impressive, and I love what he did through the line, after the line, round the bend. He was a fine looking horse in the paddock. Plenty of horses fancied. It was a hot race, and this fella has brought his homework to the track and a bit with it.
Raced a bit behind the bridle.
That's
bit
him.
green on the run throughout, bit Larry.
Laid back and lazy, I'd say. That's just him. But as soon as he caught a hold of him here and he met the rising ground, he started to devour it, and he's quickened up smartly. It was a hot contest, plenty of horses well thought of in behind him, and I think he's gone and won rather impressively, if I'm being honest.
Yes, without doubt. Coyote Spirit, big run by that stable debut, finished runner-up, of course, when trained by Finbar Hand before being bought by Current Connections, and a big run, of course, obviously by Burrows Drive, who's travelled really well. First run since the Punchestown Festival, and a cracking run a Sunday start behind the very good 6.5.
Yeah, definitely, Kevin. Plenty of horses in that race that are going to have bright futures, and none more so than your winner in the colours of Ed Ware.
Yes, very imposing, big individual with a really good attitude. And as I say, he's run out a very impressive winner of what was a well-touted bumper, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Kev. I really like the way he quickened up there. It was nice to watch, wasn't it? He's smoothly gone through the gears, and the 94 favourite has done that pretty well. Visually very taking. Second was Burrows Drive, 4-1. Got going quite late, but would never have got to the winner. Just nudging out Coyote Spirit for that third spot at 13-2 in the 4:55 at Navan. I think we were both pretty impressed by that.
I love the way he just went around there, just nice and relaxed under Patrick Mullins the whole way down the race, during the race, and then whenever Patrick came into home straight, Patrick was trying to get a lead from as long as he can, and he just pulled him out in the last 2 furlongs, and then when he pulled him out, got a bit of daylight. When Patrick kind of got into him, started squeezing him up into the bridle, I thought his response was very, very good, and I loved the way he lengthened right through the line, and it took Patrick a little bit of time to pull him up, and that's always a good sign.
Absolutely right, yes. Bambino Fever, of course, was very impressive at Leopardstown last week for the Mullins team. They got another nice one there. Copacabana is around about 16-1 now for the Champion Bumper.
To mark the start of the 2020...
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.